We gotta wait for it, but let's get the camera straight while we wait. Found a couple of ways to cheat while doing this, since we've been doing this for 103 episodes. Here we go. Y'all ready? I am. Wait for it. Wait. One more time. Woo! That's right, y'all. That's right. That's right. We made it another day. Thank God that we were able to have a good night. We're here together. And all I got to say is thank you guys for being here because, woo, here we go. Y'all ready? Wake up those pores. Wake up those pores. Wake up those pores. And we got to shake it off. Do, 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 do. Shake it off. How y'all doing this morning? Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Y'all know where we at. It's Thursday, March 6th. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. And y'all already know what it is. Thank you guys for tapping in. Hope everybody had a good evening. It's early. I already know, 6 o'clock in the morning. We always up at 6 o'clock. This is what we do. We pull content, we come here, and we do what we got to do. I hope you guys are having a fantastic morning because I know that I am. I always tell you guys the same thing. When you tap in, please let me know where you're tapping in from with that tap and let me know what city, what state, because we, even if we take the hit in the demo, like to play content from where you're from, so that we can remain relevant in our conversations. Bottom line here is we show clips. Also what we do, we comment on those clips. Hopefully today, the people in the comments will stay focused on the clips and not themselves. I know we have a great community here. That's the reason why we made it. We're here for comments. We're here for all types of trolling. We all good with the hating. We don't care about all of that over here. If you got a joke on your boy, it better be funnier than the ones that I make, because if not, I'm gonna hit you back. And anybody trolling, be careful. We got a lot of dedicated hosts that's in here. Y'all don't know we don't got no mods because I'm my only mod. But my hosts, they will tell on you, stick your head up out the hole and I will get you up out of here. So let's be good to each other. Let's have a good morning. And again, this is Thursday, y'all, March 6th, 2025. 11 days to your boy Bugatti's birthday. That's right, St. Patrick's Day, y'all. That's my birthday. We're going to be turning up. We're turning up all month anyway, just so you guys know that. We're celebrating what? We're celebrating life. And that's what we always need to do. So everybody that's here, I want to let you know, I appreciate you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have nobody to talk to at 6 o'clock in the morning. So thank you. Thank you so much. This is our show. Whatever you feel like saying, please do so in the comments, and we're going to get it cracking. Who's here right now? Who we got up in the building early? We got Rena Love. We got Mary L. Love the suit. Y'all already know I got to rock that for y'all. We got to stay dapper for my people. It's not a game out here. Bueno, good morning. Who else we got up in the building this morning? Early. We got Rebecca. Rebecca, how you doing? Rebecca, how you doing this morning? And one of our favorite people that always chimes in all the time from Detroit, none other than Batty Lynn, none other than Batty Lynn. We got Joe DiMatteo, that's the homeboy. Yo, what's good? Mary L, another one of our hosts. Dedicated fan base and dedicated to what we doing. So with that being said, I'm not going to waste your time. We got a full clip. It's real today. Oh my God, I'm just going to say it early. We got a show. Yesterday was okay, but today we going to knock it out the park because this time, what are we talking about? Let's get into it, because what do we have? A full clip. And here I go. Trump's powerful speech to Congress. Yes, it was a captivating, all-out pulled out all of the stops. Congress is sitting right there. You got Pocahontas over here. He's pointing. He's saying certain things. They know who he's talking about. Democrats didn't stand up that much. They had these little signs saying false or whatever on them. You guys saw it. We can't play the whole thing, but we will be playing a few clips. That's our lead. We also have in our sub-stories sanctuary city mayors in Washington to address their policies. As you guys see, I don't know this guy's name. As a matter of fact, yes, I do. We have Mayor Johnston from Chicago. We have Mayor Adams from New York, who's under indictment right now and being really scrutinized and watched. And this is Miss Wu. She's from Boston. We also have Mayor Johnston from, if I'm not mistaken, that's the great city of Denver, who's all had to go in front of Congress and speak about their city's policies being sanctuary. It was really captivating. A lot of different strong points were made by Congress, and we have each severe point. So if it was a severe point about Mayor Adams, we've got that clip. Severe point about Johnston, we've got that clip. We've even got the clip about them asking about Johnson's stash of clothing and gifts that they were given. We got a full clip today, y'all. We got a full clip. And last but not least, one story that's going to be hitting home, and it really sucks because it's a slap in the face. I'm going to say it's a slap in the face because the Supreme Court has ruled that Trump must resume foreign aid immediately. I went into the story and I found out that there's going to be not $1, but $2 billion that has to go through U.S. aid, and they're going to just have to figure out what agencies they're going to put that $2 billion to. This is going to be a reoccurring payment, and there's nothing that the United States can do about it because the Supreme Court has passed that ruling. There was one Supreme Court justice who really had a lot of pushback on it, saying how is a smaller judge's court going to tell us what to do? And basically it actually went in because the justices voted 5-4. The foreign aid has to go out. It sucks, but that's another loss that the Trump administration has to take. We don't want to take too much of you guys' time. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. It's 6 o'clock. It's Thursday. Hope everybody is good. Let's get it on. What we got right here. Yes, it was disgusting. Disgusting the fact that we still have to pay that money out. I see you on point right now. And what we're going to get into right now is what? I don't know if you guys knew, but Pete Hegseth had a meeting the other day in an interview on Fox 5 where he was asked questions about Donald Trump, his position, and the fact that he is now the Secretary of Defense. He went into a conversation where he stated that when Donald Trump wasn't the president, he was so peed off about Afghanistan, he gave him a call and said, if I do wind up being the president, the first thing I want to wind up doing is finding all of the people that are responsible for the terror acts that happened, and I want to strike back at those people. Well, guess what? They're being found one at a time, and we finally found one of them that was the main orchestrator of this devastation, and we're going to show you guys right now what happened, because now he's coming back on U.S. land, and U.S. officials has finally arrested one of the key people that's responsible for the Afghanistan terror attack, something that Donald Trump basically was gung-ho about.
Officials have arrested a key suspect in 3 major terror attacks, including a 2021 bombing in Afghanistan that killed 13 U.S. military members and more than 150 civilians. That attack happened while the U.S. was looking to withdraw from Afghanistan.
Mohammed Sharifullah, described as an ISIS-K operative, is expected in a Virginia federal court today to face those charges. ABC's Rena Roy has more on his arrest.
A suspected terrorist is now in custody, facing a federal judge in Virginia for his alleged involvement in 3 major terror attacks. President Trump announcing the arrest of Mohammed Sharifullah in his joint address to Congress Tuesday night.
Tonight I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
Sharifullah arriving on U.S. soil immediately met by the FBI director and U.S. Attorney General after he was handed over by Pakistani authorities, who arrested him last month. After sources tell ABC News the CIA developed information about him. The alleged ISIS operative was wanted in connection with this deadly suicide bombing in 2021 that killed 13 American service members and more than 150 Afghan civilians.
Excuse me, I don't like going by people that fast that lost their lives. I just want to pay attention to these people really quickly. We got Darren Hoover, we got Johanny Rosario Pichardo, Nicole G, Hunter Lopez, Humberto Sanchez, Dagan Page, David Espinoza, Ryan Knaus, Maxton Saviak, Kareem Nakawi, Dylan Marola, Riley McCollum, and Jared Schmitz. These are the people that lost their lives, our fallen U.S. troops that were identified. This is why this man is being apprehended now.
13 American service members and more than 150 Afghan civilians during the chaotic U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. According to the criminal complaint, he allegedly conducted surveillance so that he could prepare the suicide bomber and transport him to the target area. Those documents also say he told FBI agents he was in prison in Afghanistan from 2019 until approximately 2 weeks before the attack. It's believed the Taliban released him. Court documents say Sharifullah also revealed to investigators that he played a role in the suicide bombing targeting the Canadian embassy in Kabul, Afghanistan in 2016 that killed 10 embassy guards. The complaint also claims that Sharifullah played a role in one of the largest terror attacks in recent memory just last year near Moscow, when about 130 people were shot and killed at a popular concert venue.
We heard about that.
Sharifullah is charged with unlawfully conspiring to provide material support to a terror organization, resulting in death. He has not yet entered a plea. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Could have possibly had something to do with that situation. That matter of fact, that is that Luxor situation that they're talking about in Las Vegas. Good that they got him. He's gonna now face justice, and that's what he needs to face, y'all. You don't mess with our people. Trump had that on his head. He said, you know what? I don't care what nobody say. When I get back in there, I want you guys to find each and every one of those people that are responsible for taking our soldiers' lives and for making us look like a disgrace. And he ain't having it. That's one thing we got to salute him for. And now what we're going to do is we're going to keep the ball rolling. Hopefully you guys have some comments on this content right here, because I got to take you right to what these mayors was doing. There was so much questions being asked. We got these sanctuary city mayors talking out the left side of their face, talking about, oh, we don't mind going to jail. We don't mind going to prison. You should have heard their prepared speeches and the way that a couple of the committee was asking them. Let me ask you a question. Would you speak to your lawyer first before you came here today? Oh yeah, I got prepared for this. They were backpedaling so crazy. I know you guys already saw it. I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about when it comes down to our sanctuary mayors that were being scrutinized yesterday. I don't want to hold any time up. I got 3 different clips back to back about what's going on, so you guys can see key areas when the committee really came down on them and really wasn't pulling no punches. Certain select ones of them really got what they deserve. I want to tell you guys that. We got Miracle Happens, says every day, shaking my head. I'm so sick of those totalitarian governments. She said every day nasty, fam. They're nasty. Bill Andy said monster. Where did that money come from? USAID, huh? Yeah. And then what we got? Ibrahim said, like them digs you got on, brother. I appreciate you for saying that, Ibrahim. Thank you so much. Thanks for liking the suit. Marielle, thanks for the love. Betty Lynn, let's keep it going. Because now this monster's been locked up. He's already been apprehended, taken off the streets. He actually just came home. They said that they think the Taliban arrested him. Let him go, because when they went over and they took over, they let him go. So yes, this is fantastic that they caught him, but I want to get into some of this stuff that these sanctuary mayors were doing when they were trying to get out of certain questions that they were being asked. Check this out, you guys. Check this out.
Chairman, let's clarify for America. Mayor Adams, Mayor Johnson, Mayor Johnson, and Mayor Wu, are you here today under the advice of counsel, and do you have counsel present? Yes or no?
I want to understand the question.
Are you here today under the advice of counsel, And do you have counsel present?
Do have counsel present. I'm here because we were requested to appear.
Did you consult with, did you have counsel prior to your appearance?
Yes, we did.
Thank you. This is not a trap question, we just want to clarify.
Okay.
Here under the advice of counsel, do you have counsel present?
Yes, sir.
Mayor Johnson,
Counsel present here because I was invited.
did you counsel before your trip here?
We do have
Get
counsel. I was
advice from
here.
your counsel?
Yes.
Okay, then you're under the advice of counsel.
Yes.
Mayor Wu, thank you. To just clarify for America, these mayors are all sanctuary city mayors. But the narrative is no longer comfortable. Because 3 months ago, we were at the tail end of 4 years of millions and millions of illegals coming into our country. It was out of control. The only thing that has happened.
Turn your ideas into video with AI. Add your brand.
For America, these mayors are all sanctuary city mayors. But the narrative is no longer comfortable. Because 3 months ago, we were at the tail end of 4 years of millions and millions of illegals coming into our country. It was out of control. The only thing that has happened since then is we had an election in November. And now we're not pulling the curtain back. We have ripped the curtain
Off
from the
the rod.
rods.
All right.
We have revealed to America just how fast we could have secured our border if you had an executive that was willing to enforce the law.
True.
So now we're paying attention to our municipalities.
Okay.
And every one of them is lawyered up. They've changed their narrative. We got example after example. The mayor of Chicago. We must lead with and live by the promise of sanctuary city. The mayor of Denver, willing to go to jail in defense of sanctuary city policy. The list goes on. But the policies of these mayors and our previous president have consequences, real life consequences. I have a family here today, Mr. Chairman, who lost their beautiful loved one. This young man was killed by an illegal immigrant in Texas that never should have been in our country. He'll never be here to raise his daughter, Anne Marie, to love and cherish and honor and uphold his beautiful wife, Olivia. And you mayors have responsibility, not just to your communities and the citizens you just want to serve, but by extension to the entire republic. And let me clarify, I was a cop for a long time. To honor the jurisdictional authority of another law enforcement agency, you do it every day in your city.
True. This is
Guaranteed.
true. This is
every
true.
one of you. If you have an inmate in your city on city charges,
Yep.
and that inmate has a felony warrant from a neighboring
You hold
county
them.
or another county in your state,
Yep.
and that county contacts your city while you have that inmate
You hold them.
in detention, and ask you to hold them for them to come pick it up upon release, guaranteed you release that inmate to the county over.
So he's basically trying to say, how come you guys can release the inmate to the county over when you don't want to release the inmate to Homeland Security? They're trying to basically say that you want to be sanctuary because you are against the federal laws. You're still a mayor, and our laws, which are federal, supersede your city laws. And that's what he's basically trying to say right now. This family lost, yes, you guys probably bored, don't want to hear about it. She lost her husband to illegal migrant. And there's so much more stories like this. So now they're coming down on all of them. I want you guys to see nitpicking on each and every one of them. And this is what's needed. They tried to stand there on some, oh, we care about our city and everybody, all of our constituents. What this committee did was call them out for all of the crime, all of the people that they let go, all of the people that they let go that committed more crimes, sexual harassments, murder, all types of things, because they refuse to just make a simple call and let Homeland Security come pick these people up. But you'll call the county over to come pick an inmate up. So that's direct negligence, direct abuse. You're directly negligent And I think that, and they're saying charges need to be brought up because of this. I really believe that's true as well. We're going to keep it going.
Or to your state police, but you're not doing it for ICE. And ICE is responsible to remove millions of criminal, hard-edged, criminal illegals from our country. And we've had enough. America's fed up with this betrayal of oath, and you'll be held accountable. One of you said you're willing to go to jail. We might give you that opportunity. Good mayor.
Watch this.
One of my colleagues mentioned the children.
The children, right? They always talking about the children, right? Separation of children. Watch this.
And at any given time in America, there's 750 to 850,000 American citizen parents of minor children
arrested,
incarcerated in our country.
Yeah.
If you commit a felony in America, you get arrested and prosecuted and convicted and incarcerated, you can expect to be separated from your children. Yeah. But let me say, there's a sunset to that separation, because when you do your time, you'll be released. You can return to your family. This young man will never return to his family, and he should have never been removed from his family. If we had a president and heads of our municipalities that were willing to uphold the federal law that exists.
True story. I feel you.
America
damn right.
is moving into a new era of enforcement of our own laws. Welcome to it. Mr. Chairman, I yield.
Damn right, boy.
Very good.
Mr. Chair, I have
Damn
unanimous.
right. Hats off to him. Salute. You right. Oh my God, he charged me up. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you got to be on him. And we going to keep it going, because now we need to hear more. I got numbers here. We got timestamps. Let's go to this El Fulio right here. Let's go. We got Representative Brandon Gill, who's asking Mayor Johnston a series of questions regarding undocumented migrants and his personal gifts that he's been getting. Watch this, y'all. What's going on with these fools?
And I want to start with you. One of your first actions as mayor was Mayor Johnston, I want to start with you. One of your first actions as mayor was establishing a deputy mayor for immigrant, migrant, and refugee rights. I want to ask you a series of questions. If you could answer with a yes or no answer, that'd be great. First of all, do you support allowing illegal aliens to obtain driver's licenses? Just yes or no?
Yeah, what I said. I told you, when he get in front of Congress, he gonna be different, right? He ain't in Chicago no more. Now all of a sudden, yeah, motherfucker, talk now. Say something. We want to hear your stupid mouth. We want to hear your dumb mouth talk. We want to hear you. Go ahead.
The city of Chicago has been a welcoming city for over 40 years.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.
Next question.
And that's the policy that we will hold to.
Don't waste my time.
Do you support tax dollars subsidizing or paying for the health care of illegal aliens?
I support investments in all residents of the people of Chicago, and that's what I do.
That's a yes as well. Do you support free or reduced college for illegal aliens?
Again, I support the investments of all residents of the people of Chicago.
That is a yes. Next question. Do you support allowing non-citizens to vote in local elections?
Again, I'm not over the jurisdiction of that type of law, but again, I'm committed to investing in all.
So my bottom line is this. I love that question that he just asked, and I'm going to stop it right there. That was the plan. The plan was to get rid of us because we too smart and we ain't taking that little bit of money. That's the plan. So yes, they were okay with letting illegal and non-documented people excuse my French, vote, because they want to get it their way, and they want to make it look like, hey, we the Democrats, we the ones that got you in here. You got to vote that way because the other Democrats ain't listening to us no more. They too damn smart. That's what it was about, trying to push us out, bring all these people in, and then stuff that we didn't even know about. He was really okay with illegal migrants voting, and he's a thief, allegedly. Watch this.
Residents of the people
I'll take that as a yes. I've got an article from the Chicago Sun-Times, and I'll quote here briefly. Johnson proposed, among other things, that all residents, regardless of citizenship status, be able to vote for Chicago Board of Education
He got
members.
receipts.
Next question. Your website states, and this is your campaign website, quote, "I will not stop fighting until abortion access is completely secure for people all over the country," end quote. Yes or no, do you support taxpayer-funded abortions for illegal aliens?
I support the reproductive rights of all people, all women.
That is a yes as well. Your mayoral transition website mentioned support for creating a Chicago Board of Education non-citizen advisory board. Again, yes or no, do you support appointing non-citizens to government advisory boards?
How? They don't even know us.
I was invited here today to discuss welcoming
Yes or no?
I was invited here to discuss welcoming
This
cities.
is a yes or no
If you're
question.
interested in asking me
You're not
questions
gonna
about the
filibuster.
welcoming
I'll
city,
take that as a
I'm
yes.
happy
We're
to
gonna
answer
move
those
on.
questions.
No, we're going to move on. As you know, President Trump, unlike the previous administration, has taken serious action to bring foreign criminal gangs to justice, to take our border back and to restore public safety in our communities. He designated 8 transnational criminal organizations and cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. These are groups like Tren de Aragua, MS-13, Sinaloa, other of some of the most grotesque and ruthless and brutal organizations in the world. You, as mayor of a sanctuary city, have been virtually giving favors to illegal aliens. Apparently, you support an enormous amount of taxpayer resources going to them as well. But you yourself have also received a lot of gifts.
Here we go.
And for those of you who don't know,
Here we go.
Mayor Johnston has a secret gift room that is not given access to the public or for access to the Office of Inspector General. I'd like to ask you a couple questions about that. Do you know everyone who's given you a gift since you became mayor?
The city of Chicago has had a policy for 40 years.
a yes or no question.
Where there are individuals that would like to give gifts to
I'm
the city of
reclaiming my
Chicago,
time. I'm going to take that as
and we
no.
do not accept
When
those
did
gifts.
you
We
become
receive
mayor?
them on
No, I'm going
behalf
to reclaim my
of
time
the city
here.
of Chicago.
You're not going to filibuster here. When did you become mayor?
I was elected mayor of the city of Chicago in April.
Don't this fool look nervous? We be at the other meetings all confident. When I go to Congress, I'm going to tell them that I stand for the Chicago people. Meanwhile, he has a 7% approval rating. 7 freaking percent. That means nobody likes you. That means nobody wants you in there. And how come you ain't saying nothing about that stuff you've been putting in that closet that nobody know about? All of them gifts. We got a Mont Blanc pen coming up. We got some shoes coming up. Homeboy, you the one that wears size 14. Ain't nobody else rocking them shoes but you. Stop fronting. They found the box, but not the shoes. And then they asked him about, hey, what about that Gucci bag they gave you? And then he's really trying to say, was this from one of them illegal migrant companies, or maybe somebody that gave you something so that you can make things happen? This dude right here, straight up and down corrupt. And he's looking so nervous and shocked. Don't y'all see it? Don't he look shocked? Let me see. We got Joshua Tiff that says Chicago went from Beetlejuice to this guy. And then we got Amen. I don't know. I'd give Karen Bass a run at that. Mr. Good Citizen said 90% of billionaires are them Pete's. What we got? The Lord is coming. Now somebody had some more heat up here. I seen some heat dropping down up here. What we got? You guys are fools to believe billionaires care about you. You wait on that. And then we got Easy Money said, I'm a time traveler and I'm saying this is crazy. Sassy misinformed. Mr. Good Citizen said Tanya seems kind of racist. I don't know. Sassy Mo 529. Elon Musk is going through your entire history of take all that of your own. GHC said, wow. We got DeCosta Barberi forever said LOL, and yes, I like Elon. Jim got the receipts. Mr. Good Citizen said Elon saves his money, Zelensky costs his money. And somebody said Jim's got the receipts. We're going to let this fool keep going. We call people like this duck neck. I'm sorry, I used to beat up people like this in school. It just looks soft and just like in the way. And he's just really a schemer. I don't like this person. It seems like all of these mayors that are scheming and letting all of this illegal stuff go on. And then you see the people in the back now. He looking at them funny. He looking at him crazy. Like, yeah, what about that Mont Blanc pen and them sneakers? Watch this. And the Gucci bag.
Bro of 20 2023, and I was sworn in May
That's good. On
15th
June
of
12th
2023.
On June 12th, 2023, you received Hugo Boss cufflinks and a personalized Mont Blanc pin. Do you know who gave you those?
So I did not receive those personally. The city of Chicago
You received those
them.
on behalf
And
of the
that's
city of
right, on behalf of
Chicago.
the city of Chicago.
So how could you receive a Mont Blanc pen that's engraved with your name on it for the city? And who the hell is going to represent the city to use that pen? So basically, why don't you just tell the truth and say it's your damn pen? Come on, man. Ain't nobody stupid. You can't pour syrup on shit and make it pancakes. Because when you bite into it, it's still shit. We not stupid.
I understand
mayor
the difference.
in the
Do you know
history of Chicago who has
Do you know who gave
provided
those
gifts
to the city of Chicago? Do you know who gave those to the city of Chicago?
So again, on behalf of the city of Chicago, there
It's
are
a yes
gifts
or no
that are
question.
received,
Do
but I
you?
do not
Do you-
accept, those are not
you
my
don't-
personal
so you
gifts.
don't know.
Those are the gifts of the city of
On March
Chicago,
18th,
and that's why you are aware that they exist, because they're
play
within
my
the law.
time here, sir. On March 18th, 2024, you received a Gucci tote bag. Do you know who gave you that?
So he got
Gave
the
city of
Gucci tote
Chicago
bag for
that?
the city,
Again, I
y'all.
was here and I was invited
I'll also
to
take that
respond
as
to
no.
the
On March
questions
19th,
around
2024,
welcoming
the
city, and I'm
city of
happy to
Chicago
answer any of those
received
questions.
A Givenchy bag, a Kate Spade purse, and Carucci shoes. Do you know who gave the city of Chicago those?
Again, I was brought.
I'll take that as
energy
no. I'm
here
reclaiming my
to
time,
respond
here, sir. I am
on behalf of the
reclaiming
city
my
of Chicago
time.
of
This
what a welcoming
raises
city
serious
ordinance is.
ethical concerns. You're providing an enormous amount of aid to illegal aliens, aiding and abetting criminals who have come into our country illegally. And you yourself are receiving an enormous amount of gifts, and you won't even tell us who they're coming from. That
Chairman,
raises
time is up.
serious ethical
We have a
concern.
5-minute.
That means we don't even know about the other gifts that he's possibly getting. What if he's getting gifts that he's not claiming? Yo, mayor, hold that down. Hold that down. Nice little envelope or something. Y'all know how the game go. They get rich when they get in office. They be dead broke before that. Y'all see them old Burlington Coat Factory suits they be out there with campaigning? Get me in, get me in. As soon as they get that job with that nut and their salary that come with it, woo, they be out there looking like Dapper Dan, boy. And how come all of a sudden they turn into celebrities when they work for the government? Why is it so hard to deal with these people or get in contact with them? It's like the only time we get to see them or talk to them is when they're on television. It's crazy. It's like whoever had the biggest campaign. This one right here, Johnston, allegedly, I'm saying he's a crook. What y'all think? What we got over here? We got Oh no, Sal Latoya says he's got a coke brick, maybe a couple children from them gangs. MTG 619. Wait a minute. MTG 619 said Carpenters Union did, but then again, I am in California. Lars H. Imagine making threats to NATO countries when USA is kicked out. All them enemies you made yourself is coming for you, and Europe is staying home. Crook. He is a crook. That's right, Vil 70707. Aziz said, you would do the same, sir. No, I would not. I ain't taking nothing like that. I don't need it. I don't have to steal. Why would you have to? I don't have to steal. I got other stuff going on. And when you're in government, you can have other positions. You can have other jobs. So whoever that was that said I would do the same thing, I'm not a thief, and I stand on that. And the reason why I do that people do business with me now, things that I've been hearing over the last year or two, is I'm the only one that didn't steal from them. So all of these liquors over here that I actually own, yeah, I own them. That's comes from brewing companies and producers that basically trust me. And last week when I was in a meeting with them, they looked at me and said, wow, you're the only one that never stole from me. So you in the comments that's trying to get your little whatever off, do me a favor. Get my bags, meet me at the airport. I might be there. We got timestamps now because we on point today. Let's get to another mayor that had his hat handed to him. We going to number 506 right now. We got to run down the line because we got some more to do right now. We are not playing with these sanctuary mayors. We giving them the business because they deserve it, because they allowed all of this crap to happen, and now it's coming out of the city budget because the Fed is taking their money back.
Obert from Colorado.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mayor Mike Johnston, I hope we could start off on a level field of agreement here. So in your testimony, you said that locals were asking Denver, what will you do when they saw 10 to 11 buses come?
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set
coming in a day and 42,000 illegal aliens entering their city. Denver, what will you do? And in a Fox 31 interview in January, you blamed state law for not allowing the city of Denver to coordinate with ICE, resulting in Denver being a sanctuary city, saying, quote, the whole state is bound by our state law in this, which is pretty consistent in some of these practices, like everywhere in the state. We don't honor ICE detainers, end quote. I've demanded Governor Jared Polis and the Colorado State Legislature to repeal them. Douglas County has led on a lawsuit to get those laws repealed.
Now watch.
So, Mr. Mayor, would you join me today in calling and demanding that these sanctuary policies, these Colorado state laws, be repealed?
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Yes or no, Mr. Mayor?
Pardon?
Yes or no? Will you join me?
I do not believe the detainer law needs to be changed. So I can tell you what Denver
Okay, so
does
you
right now.
don't want them to coordinate with ICE, but yet you're blaming the state of Colorado for those policies. It's a statewide law. It's not a Denver law, and you're blaming the state of Colorado for the law, yet you will not call for that law to be repealed. Correct?
Crazy,
Yes or no?
crazy.
We do coordinate with ICE presently. I'm happy to tell you what we do on this. We've honored detainer requests more than 1,226 times over the last
What about
years.
before a warrant? There are many issues before a warrant.
So if what happens is if ICE
So they're basically saying we're not giving up no ICE detainees or nobody if you don't have a warrant. So if we know that this guy's here illegal, we got him in our jail. If ICE come and they don't got a warrant, we're not giving them to you. Is that cooperating with the state and with the Fed? No, it's not. And he's basically telling on himself. That's what's going on right here.
sends us a detainer request.
Well, you have local law enforcement officers, Mr. Mayor, who are unable to coordinate with ICE to
Right.
even get the initial warrant. They aren't allowed to tell them that they are illegal aliens. So unfortunately, you won't join me in asking for this law, demanding that this law be repealed. So let's keep going.
That's why they get released
In
on the streets.
2017, Denver passed an ordinance that ensured any city employee who spoke with federal immigration authorities would be fired, among other policies that have led to local and national media outlets to call Denver a sanctuary city. So now let me ask you, would a city employee be fired for communicating with anyone from the EPA?
Right now, Congresswoman, our policies, we don't ask people's status.
Would
when they come
any
into
city
contact
employee
with
be
any-
fired for communicating and coordinating, talking with an agent from the EPA, a federal employee?
Not to my knowledge, Congresswoman.
What about Health and Human Services? Would they get fired for talking with someone from Health and Human Services?
Not to my knowledge, Congresswoman.
So they would only be fired for talking
To ICE
to
agents.
federal law enforcement officers.
Right.
No, that's incorrect, Congresswoman.
This is an
Our
ordinance
city employees do, in
Denver
fact,
passed in 2017, Mr. Mayor.
our city employees do in fact communicate with ICE. We do coordinate on multiple things
With a
ICE. For
warrant.
instance, if
With
there
a
is
warrant, though.
a violent criminal warrant in the city.
Yeah,
we
No,
do
warrant.
that
We're talking
together.
before the warrants,
Before
Mr.
the
Mayor.
warrant.
There are issues happening before.
So as you guys can see, he's just like playing the game, dancing around the question. And as you can see, all of them did the same thing. Tried to stay on the guideline. They were all prepared by lawyers, which is why when you saw the first interview going on, the first person said, "Did you come in with legal? Were you prepped before you got here?" And then boom, blasted them. He said, "Oh, I'm not setting you up for nothing," but he really was. And I like the way that he did that. He asked each and every one of those individual mayors what their policies were, and then he came and he showed exactly what their policies are now doing. Same case with all of the SAs going on. When you release a violent criminal back into the elements and into the city, what do you think they're going to do? They don't got no job. They ain't got nothing else going on. They're going to do the same type of crap that they've been doing. Find a gang, people that they've been running with, and do the same nonsense. We got so much more going on, you guys. I hope you appreciate the content because we're knocking it out right now. Do me a favor, double tap that screen or hit that like button to let much more people know that we're here because we got to keep on going. We got this breaking news with Lauren Boebert makes a joint effort to end sanctuary losses. Want you guys to see this right here. I probably said her name wrong, but we still gonna get into it. We got much more to go, y'all. Much more to go. There's an effort underway. Matter of fact, we're not gonna do that one. We're gonna go to Los Angeles right now. How many people in Los Angeles? How many people know that there's an effort underway right now to remove Karen Bass? because of her lackluster performance as the mayor during the Los Angeles wildfires. Now we're going to get into that. That's more exciting and that's more real. Let's get into it, y'all.
There is a movement underway to recall Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass over her handling of the Palisades fire. The LA Times is reporting paperwork was filed yesterday with the city's Ethics Commission. The filing now allows those who are involved to raise money to place a recall on the ballot. Now, to trigger a recall election, opponents would need to collect approximately 330,000 signatures, or 15% of the city's registered voters, within the next 4 months. The mayor is being criticized for not being in the city during the fire. Bass says she was not told about the severity of fire weather conditions before she left for a diplomatic mission to Ghana. One of the reasons she cited for firing LAFD Chief Kristen Crowley, as we've reported, the mayor's staff was briefed by the National Weather Service prior to her trip.
As you know, she just got finished firing the fire chief, and she basically blamed it on her. But guess what? Constituents ain't stupid. People like us ain't dumb. You got rid of her trying to blame it on her when we really know it was you. You the one that went to Ghana. I mean, if something happens out of nowhere and you're on a trip, that's one thing. But just the way that it went down and the way that she followed up with it was very lackluster and unprofessional. And to try to blame the fire commissioner, the fire chief, just to try to throw somebody else under the bus to make yourself look good, now you out there all with your chest bare wide open, and now you got to deal with what's going on. You made your bed, Karen. Now you lie in it. And guess what? They're saying the same thing about Gavin Newsom. It's going to be about $450,000 if they want to rescind him being the governor. Both of them very lackluster. Didn't take care of the situation correctly at all. And prior to that, like Trump said, he had spoken to Gavin Newsom about opening up the water so that the water could actually come down, but they wanted to save a fish. You guys, what you got to say about this? Because we all up to date on all this content. Craig Benjamin said that was Newsom cause for her governor that went to be around Biden. That was Newsom cause for he governor that went to be around Biden. Okay, Frank Ruman. Why are people so ignorant? I don't know, Frank. I'm trying over here, bro. You see, I try every day, Frank. And I let them beat me up because sometimes you got to get people used to you before you can give them content. I don't know, Frank. A lot of people just, they dumb in the brain, buddy. They dumb in the brain. Monica, but you know God love them. God loves them all. God loves babies and fools. Y'all know what's up. Monica, the fire chief didn't cut the budget. Definitely. There you go, Monica. And that's why I like to come in the comments, because you guys have information. You probably in Los Angeles, probably know what happened prior. And that's why we in these comments and doing this right here. And then what we got over here? Frank Ruman said, why does everyone celebrate incompetence? I don't know, Frank. They seem like they start celebrating on Thursday and stop on Monday and don't even work the other 3 days during the week. Dustin Lapson, MAGA, get them all out of here. Lay, turn on the big faucet like Daddy says, because that makes sense. Real talk, real talk. And what we got up here about these wildfires? We got something about these wildfires. Somebody just said, Kisu said, how could Karen Bass put out a wildfire? Just answer the question. John Smith said, get these illegals out, Trump. Danny K said, hello from Tampa Bay. What's up, everybody in Tampa Bay? How y'all doing? Dustin Lampson said, Putin for BP. Eric Ramble said, real clown in a suit. Oh, shit, Eric, you think I'm a clown? Whoa, okay, you get your opinion. Miss Angry B, nice suit, sir. Thank you, Miss Angry B. Really appreciate that. Mr. J, I hate that they beat around the bush and stand in your policies, and American people deserve to hear the truth. That's why we wanted to get them up there. But again, that's why they were asked if they were prepped by a lawyer. Because when you're prepped by a lawyer, it's a different situation.
Strategist for Bass says the recall is nothing more than an extreme right-wing stunt designed to divide the city when we need to move forward, his words.
What do you guys think about that? Already in the comments, we got people saying that she needs to be out of here. And then one other person said, how is she going to put out the wildfires? You're right about that, sir. We need to upgrade that, like the other comment said, that Newsom was more responsible for it due to the fact that he turned the water off. You guys, we've been here for a little while. I'm going to ask that we got so much people in here. Can we please get those likes up? We got about 451 people in the building. I'm sure we can get those likes up to 100. I really would appreciate that. That lets the algorithm know that we're here and we got good content. We got so much more to go. Really appreciate you guys. All I need you to do right now for me, that's the only thing I ask for. We don't ask for money. I got my own coffee in the kitchen, so I can go get my own coffee. But what I would appreciate is the way that you can show me your appreciation is getting those likes up to let everybody know that we're here. And it actually helps the algorithm. So we got about 451 people in the building. If we can get that up to 80, I promise you I'll be satisfied. I won't stop the videos anymore, and we can just keep on moving. We got about 10 more likes to get before we can move forward. Now we've got some situations going forward with Trump's Supreme Court rules that he must resume foreign aid. We're getting into that part right now, guys. Trump's Supreme Court says he has to resume foreign aid. This is a major slap in the face. I can't see it as anything else. What do you guys think? Marielle already said the same thing. I think it's a slap in the face because we've already turned off the spigot and now they want us to turn it back on. Sadly, we already even know that that money is going to something that's not even right. That it's something that's probably going to go to something that we shouldn't even be paying for. $2 billion. And this is going to be consecutive. It's not going to stop. Constant flow of this money is going to go to this foreign aid. This is a bad thing. It sucks. And it definitely is a loss and a strike against the administration, meaning that we took a hit. Well, Trump's administration took a hit. I want you guys to see this. Check this out. It's actually really something that's a slap in the face when it comes down to it. Our own Supreme Court does this. Check it out, y'all.
Supreme Court upholding a judge's order that could force the Trump administration to resume foreign aid payments. A lot of this has to do with USAID, and Shannon Bream is on that. Shannon, what happened?
Okay, so this is one of the very first things from this term to make it fully to some kind of decision from the U.S. Supreme Court. And this is about foreign aid that was ordered to be paid out by a lower court judge. There were groups who take in USAID money, and they had gone and said, listen, this freeze is harming us. And they went to the district court judge, that lower court level, and he said, yes, the government has to pay this out. It went through the appeals, got to the Supreme Court. They, by a 5-4 vote today, say they won't put that judge's order on hold, but they've told that lower court, now you need to explain to the Trump administration exactly what money you want them to pay out. The dissenters, led by Justice Alito, also with Thomas, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh, which means that Chief Justice Roberts and Justice Barrett did side with the Democrat appointees on the court. They've said they're dissenting, and let me read you a little bit of this. They say the court makes a most unfortunate misstep that rewards an act of judicial hubris and imposes a $2 billion penalty on American taxpayers. They say the relief that's been ordered to pay this money out is an extreme response. It says a federal court has many tools to address a party's supposed malfeasance. Self-aggrandizement of its jurisdiction is not one of them. In plain English, they think the lower court got it wrong and was way out of bounds to order this money paid out. They say it's going to be to the harm of the American taxpayer. They've now said to that lower court, explain to the Trump administration exactly what they have to do, but the order stands, the money's got to go out.
Shannon, how big of a surprise is this? How do you find it?
Listen, anytime it's a 5-4, you can't be sure exactly. You know, it was a close decision. One vote flips either Roberts or Barrett the other way, and this is a different decision. So we knew they were wrestling with it, and the fact that this lengthy dissent has been written, led by Justice Alito, means the court really struggled with it. But it is a loss for the Trump administration.
What do you guys think about this? We getting ripped off. We got to pay this money, and we already know it's going somewhere that it shouldn't go to. If that ain't a slap in the face, nothing is. What we got over here? We got Natalie. She said, follow the money this time. Frank said, follow it. Frank started smiling, but yeah, it's too late. I mean, even if they follow the money, I get you saying, where is the money going? Who is it getting paid out to? They probably have to make a separate case about it if they really detect and go into it. And they probably can bring a separate case if we found out that this money's not going to the right place. Good one, Karen. Good idea. Good idea, Karen. Frank Ruman said, especially California politicians. What else we got here? We got Lee. He said, if daddy didn't say it, then it's not true. Go, MAGA. John Cobb said they need to follow every dollar. John, and I think you guys are right. You guys are smart, and I heard the last person say that. Joe DiMatteo said all cable news is propaganda, laughing my fucking ass off. But Joe, you remember what we do over here? We get the news, we let the rabbit stick his head out, then we take his head off. We don't worry about the network. If that news is being repeated everywhere, then we look into it and we make our own decisions or assumptions on if it's true or not. That's why we let the people speak. You don't kill the messenger, Joe. You let them speak so we can then investigate the information. Then what we got going on here? Yeah, MTG said the same thing. We get it, but we need to know what they're saying. Craig Benjamin, they have shown proof of charities that it goes to. What? Oh, okay. They've shown proof of charities that it goes to. If that's the case, I think it's okay, Craig. Mo 6 said he's tight. Chad Seed start laughing. MTG 619. Gavin redirects it to the ocean to save the smelt. Man, listen. What do you think about that, MTG? You think we need to save the smelt or the people? Lisa Limpy said you gotta hit the live stream, then click on the top right drop down to be able to click on the like button. Well, do me that favor, y'all. Do what Lisa Limpy just said. Hit the live stream, then click the top right drop down to be able to click the live button. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. Chad C. Slap the power of the purse. Congress holds the power over the money. Reality. Keep on going. We're going to finish this up.
Of the nearly 100 cases now pending, there's some other stuff we're waiting for from the Supreme Court level as well.
Okay, my guess is...
So there's over 100 and something cases from all of the executive orders that Trump has put in. This is not the only court. This is not the only pushback. There's much more pushback on different things, like we spoke about last time. What was it? Birthright citizenship. That was something that was brought back, that was fought back. Everything that he's going to put up or put out to try to make happen as an executive order, the other side is probably going to have some pushback. Told you the other day, Trump can be outside with a box of diamonds, walking up to people. Here, diamond for you, diamond for you, diamond. What are you? How dare you? This ain't 3 carats. This ain't even big enough. At this point, there's nothing that man can do to satisfy people. And again, just so you know, I don't have any dog in the fight. I'm not a Republican, not a Democrat. I'm not an independent. What I am is a person that picks and chooses what makes common sense. Because everybody's not always so smart as they make themselves up to be. And everybody's not always 100% right. I'm not 100% right. Trump's not 100% right. No man is, unless he's the man upstairs. We need to all understand that. And then when we're talking about these platforms, let's stop worrying if it's Fox, MSN, or CNN. What we need to do is get the information, then figure out if they're telling us the truth or not. You guys, appreciate you so much. We got so much more to show, more to show, more to show. Because right now we're really about to go and talk to Elon Musk. Elon Musk basically had a meeting yesterday, went into a couple of different points about Doge, areas of what they got going on in that department. But let's get into that. I don't want to even hold it up because we're on a roll right now. Elon Musk met with the House GOP and SCOTUS delivers a blow to Trump administration.
Hey, Elon. Elon, can we get your cell phone number if you're giving it out? Do we have questions?
Something 8008.
What are you planning to talk to House Republicans about?
Well, this is a Fox News alert. At this moment, Elon Musk is meeting behind closed doors with House Republicans about the work that Doge has done so far and has planned coming up. Now, this coming hours after a sharply divided Supreme Court 5-4 decision denied the Trump administration's request to block a lower court ruling that temporarily blocked the president's pause on USAID funding. Stay with me. Now, Republican appointees Amy Coney Barrett and John Roberts, the Chief Justice, voted with the majority against the administration, meaning...
This is the reason why that $2 billion got to keep on going out. These two voted with the Democrats that USAID funding should still keep going out. That $2 billion.
That $2 billion in dubious foreign aid will start flowing again. Now, for the dissent, Justice Samuel Alito was his usual brilliant self, writing, does a single district court judge who likely lacks jurisdiction have the unchecked power to compel the government of the United States to pay out and probably lose forever?
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. He's right on the money. Justice Alito Dissent said, does a single district court judge who likely lacks jurisdiction have the unchecked power to compel the government of the United States to pay out and probably lose forever? In parentheses, 2 billion taxpayer dollars. That means every year consistently. Now, if you guys are saying that money is going to charities, I'm okay with that. I feel a little better. And you know what you just did for me? Woosah. But guess what? You already know the truth. We already said it, and Doge has already reported it. Most of this money that goes across seas and different places, it's already been noted and checked into. These places only receive 15% of the overall monetary that they claim that they're supposed to be getting under the grant. Why? Because this person's got to get their piece, this person gets their piece, and they get the change. It don't go the other way. They only get a bit of what's left. Y'all already know what it is. It's not like they're getting, if 50 billion is being sent down, they might see 5 million. And this is going to go on consecutively. That's what I see. Okay, let's go over here. What we got? We got some laughter. All bad apples need to go out. MU said faga. He's flipped it. Okay. We got Ibrahim Panzik said, I love how only when the judge Trump appointed doesn't bow down and kiss his feet and they're evil and must be investigated. Well, you know what, Ibrahim, you're right too. Because if that judge saw something in those claims that were true and he let his real nobility and his real ethics help him form his judgment, I think he's totally right. And you're right about that too. And if you take the hit, you got to take the hit. Y'all know the game. Even though we love people, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Y'all already know the deal. That means you got to be able to take a punch. So we got to be able to take this punch. It sucks. And I looked at it like this yesterday when I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, $2 billion, tons of money, right? But if we can stop all of that other loss, it's not going to be as severe. So that's the only sort of calmness and sort of goodness that I got out of that situation. As far as everything else, $2 billion is still $2 billion. We could really use $2 billion over here in the United States.
2 billion taxpayer dollars? The answer to that question should be an emphatic no. But a majority of this court apparently thinks otherwise. I am stunned. Well, again, that means part of the USAID slush fund is back. It's back on. And we deserve to know where that cash is going. According to the White House, the agency had spent $7.9 million to teach Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language, $1.5 million to rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem, more than $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan, and $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala, and so much more.
Yeah, so if that's where that money's going to, it's not good. But you guys saying that that the money, somebody in the comments said that the monetary was approved because it was going to charities. And again, we saw the prior clip where they said that you have to tell the Trump administration where this money's going. So they still have some sort of guidelines on where the monetary is going. Sadly, like I already told you, 15% of that monetary may make it to where it needs to go to. The rest of it may not even get there. Okay, guys, we in the comments right now. What y'all got for me? Ibrahim, Elon gets $20 billion from the government, but nobody talking about closing tax loopholes, stopping government and subsidies. Do me a favor, you guys, if you like the content, please, let's get those likes up. We got 554 people in the building. We got a whole bunch more content to go. Let's get those likes up. I really appreciate you guys. Just a question. What is the annual salary of American? Pentagon, we got Ibrahim again. Pentagon has a nearly $1 trillion budget that's getting increased. Yes, they are increasing it. Frank Vrooman, we got to fight for our kids. What else we got? We got Nick here. Hi. Okay, what else we got? Ooh, y'all getting busy today. Natalie Jovanich. So crazy. Yes, it is crazy. Arthur, ignore the court like Biden did on school loans. Oh, don't give it to him is what you're saying. Deacon Blue, how about the trillions in tax cut for the wealthiest people in America? Joe DeMatteo said at Chad, like leave Afghanistan with zero warnings in the middle of the night. Lay, you act like they're doing this for the people. Yeah, you're right, Lay. They're not doing it for the people. They lining their pockets up is what Lay's saying. Lay, you trying to say that they're doing this for themselves, ain't you? Yeah, because again, they get that chunk in the end. They get the chunk before it get to where it got to go. Everybody got their hand in a cookie jar. All right, y'all, we're going to have to keep it going because we got some craziness going on in these minor prisons. I think they call adolescent jails. Stories are not being promoted as much as they should, so we're going to bring it here. We got these officers accused of running a youth gladiator fights inside the prisons. So they're getting these kids ready for, all sorts of fights and whatever's coming up. And they're cheering them on while they're fighting. Check this out.
Again, with breaking news, criminal charges just announced over what are being described as gladiator fights at the Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta says dozens of officers have been charged. KTLA's Rachel Menitoff joins us live in the newsroom with more. Rachel?
Sure, Micah. 22 out of the 30 defendants are being arraigned today. The other 8 will be arraigned once they've secured lawyers. They're charged with child endangerment and abuse, conspiracy, and battery for what the Attorney General describes as ongoing deficiencies in the treatment and conditions of young people in juvenile halls. Now, the indictment was unsealed about an hour ago. It is the result of a California Department of Justice investigation launched after the LA Times published security video from April of last year. It shows 8 probation officers standing idly by while a group of teens attack a 17-year-old inside a day room at Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall in Downey. According to the Times, the teen suffered a broken nose and head trauma as a result. Attorney General Rob Bonta says this video was not a one-off isolated incident. Between July 1st and December 31st, 2023, detention officers allegedly encouraged 69 gladiator fights between 143 young people in their care, and they range in age from 12 to 18 years old.
If I'm the parents, I would go to that prison, I would speak to my child and ask him, have you ever been in one of these fights? You tell me yes or no, we're getting a lawyer and we're suing the prison for multi-millions of dollars. You're not going to have to work anymore. You're incarcerated, you're doing time. You're 12, 14, 13 years old, and you got correctional officers orchestrating gladiator fights, letting these guys go into rooms and surrounding them and cheering them on as they do it. And then you're talking about you're supposed to be detention to try to get them better, get them on a better course in life. When they leave out of there, well, how's that supposed to be bettering them? How's that supposed to be doing that? Sad part about it is minors that may have a chance to change in their lives moving forward. A lot of times if you steer a child in the right direction, they're going to look at the time they've been in jail like, I don't never want to do that no more. And they get right. But when you do stuff like this and edge them on, fight, make them think it is all cool to keep on going back and dealing with stuff like that, it's not good. It sucks. And they need to be not only just sued, but also brought up on charges, criminal charges for letting this happen. Kids probably were scared to death, had no choice but to fight. It's like you put 2 pit bulls in the room and make them fight. You're forcing them to fight. It's not cool. It ain't cool.
Some officers are even seen laughing and shaking hands with the young people involved. Watching the video, the officers look more like referees or audience members at a prize fight, not adults charged with the care and supervision of young people. The officers don't step in, don't intervene, and don't protect their charges.
Yeah, and they have video footage of it on the internet. I didn't want to show those clips, but they do have the contact information where the contact where the kids were actually making contact with each other, actually fist fighting. If you guys want to see stuff like that, it's definitely available on the internet. I can't play it here because I'll get struck for that. But we want to keep on moving on because ICE is doing their job. And guess what? They just came up on these contractors at this concrete factory, and they took 16 people out of there. Again, my question to the owner, how much were you paying them? Did they have benefits? And if you're complaining, let me see the last pay stub that you gave them. Because I guarantee you probably weren't even given a minimum wage. And that's why all of these owners get so shook up about, you came in my business, you took my workers, illegal workers. But on the other side of that, now that you said that that's your worker, I need to see some paperwork. I need to see how much you was paying them. Did they have any paperwork that said that they was legal to work? Oh, now you want to be quiet, huh? Yeah, let's get into it. Because once you start running your mouth, now you're done told on yourself.
Thanks for joining us tonight for your WLOX News Now at 10. An immigration raid at a Pass Christian worksite resulted in multiple people getting taken into custody. Will Polston has the details on the arrest and how the company is responding to this investigation.
Now, when President Donald Trump was elected, he almost immediately signed an executive order that targeting those who have entered the country illegally. And that leads us here to Gulf Coast Pre-Stress Partners and Pass Christian, where just 2 days ago, 16 people who were working here were arrested by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
These 16 arrests were from countries such as Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras. ICE agents were at the facility issuing a immigration subpoena when they saw a large group of people running towards the back of the property. Take a look at this video posted by DEA New Orleans on their Instagram page. You can see the people running through high vegetation, trying to escape the agents. Ultimately, 18 people were apprehended, but 2 were let go, both of them with the proper work authorizations and an upcoming immigration court date. As of February 1st, ICE reports around 80 arrests just in Mississippi alone. Now, Damian Holcomb, the attorney for Gulf Coast Pre-Stress Partners, reached out to WLOX. He said these workers were brought in through a hiring agency and says that they were the ones responsible for making sure that they had the proper authorizations.
So now, you see, they smart. They're going to blame it on the hiring agency and say, we paid this agency. We don't know who they workers were. But guess what? You're responsible for those workers, especially if something would have happened that would have got somebody hurt or something even worse. So they tried to cover themselves by saying that they hired like an employment agency, and they don't know anything about these workers that they had on their premises. They should know stuff like that.
He finished up by saying that they are reevaluating their agreements with their staffing partners, trying to make sure that their compliance measures are in place moving forward. In Pass Christian, Will Polston, WLOX News Now.
And as you guys already know, they're cracking down on all types of drugs, all sorts of things that have to do with fentanyl. If you have anything if you're getting caught in the United States now with drugs that can be sourced back to anything that has to do with Tren de la Agua or any one of the cartels, you are now furthering and assisting a terrorist organization. Yeah, that's how they're looking at it now. So you out here in the hood, you got something that you're selling. Guess what? If they find out that came from there, you're going to be tied into them. Major conspiracy. So you might want to think about changing your job description, because right now, that's what's going on. Somebody in the Bronx, actually Uptown, they didn't get the hint. They didn't understand that it was going to go down. So this guy got caught up Uptown. This undercover sting leads to a drug trafficking bust in Uptown. They caught a lot of fentanyl, money. They got a safe, a ghost gun. They got a couple of things. Want you guys to see this, because whoever you know that may be still out there doing their thing, they got bigger charges to worry about now, because now you're aiding and abetting a terrorist organization if you're selling drugs that come from them. Check this out, y'all. We got it rolling. We got a bunch more to go. Let's go. You guys like the content? Double tap that. Get those likes up. Let everybody know what we're doing.
One of the main pillars of the President's State of the Union address, tariffs and stopping illegal.
Guys, we just introduced something that's absolutely going to change this business.
Illegal drugs from coming into the country, namely fentanyl, something local cops have been steadily chipping away at.
It's a very vibrant community. I've lived here since 2005. I've always felt safe. I went to the school, live across the street.
A multi-state undercover drug operation aiming to enhance that vibrancy around 50 Morningside Avenue.
These neighborhood cases are very important because it's not just that they keep the drugs out of the neighborhood, they keep the violence out of the neighborhood.
Cops zeroed in on apartment 6E in this building across from PS 180 in South Harlem. Inside, no furniture, but plenty of pills. According to prosecutors, they say Edwin Navarro used it as a home base to traffic fentanyl, heroin, cocaine, and veterinary sedative known as tranq. When mixed together, they all form a potential lethal cocktail.
It's extremely deadly, so got to get it off the streets, but doing it in an efficient and effective way.
Bridget Brennan is prosecuting the case.
And the packaging spot itself was probably producing literally thousands of packets of deadly drugs.
At the drug den, she says investigators also discovered guns, ammo, and a silencer stashed in this safe. Brennan credits this type of work with cutting off the supply to the street. And despite fentanyl being the catalyst for international tariffs,
they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA.
Brennan says the drug crisis has been improving since last year.
Overdose deaths have been declining in the U.S. It's been clear that there has been diminished supply for some time now coming into the U.S.
And just this week, a woman in the city was sentenced to 45 years in prison for her role in a fentanyl mill that was run through her daycare in which several babies overdosed and one died. In Harlem.
They're not playing with the fentanyl. And the crazy thing about that is I know exactly where that building is at. It's right across the street from a school, which is bonkers. And a few blocks away from that is where there's a lot of drug, heroin people that just be leaning. Like on 125th Street between Park Avenue and Lexington Avenue, there's a lot of methadone centers around there. And guess what? His place was right across the street from there. So it seems to me like they had something going on where it was like he wanted a central place to have his D-rugs at in order to facilitate those customers that was on that avenue. Ibrahim said, and if we can't make it, that means that the price is just raised. Rena Brown said, horse, damn it, I don't see anybody running. Horse tranquilizer, right? Before WW1, there were no taxes, only tariffs. Brett C said, Ibrahim, you don't understand. Well, we got Deacon Blue. It will cost America more to produce a lot of products than buying it from other countries. But it probably will get our farmland up. It'll get our farmers active again. A lot of stuff we don't have to import. Make a lot of foreign people make money now because they weren't before. I am all for import-export, but also I'm all for making our products here because ain't nothing better than made in the USA. Come on, man. I was made in the USA. You was made in the USA. Stop all that, man. Made in the USA is good, baby. Good thread count, good quality, the best steel out here. Y'all know what it is. Stop playing with us. All we got to do is just get right, polish the diamond up a little bit. We got a little bit of work to do, but we're still beautiful. We just got to go back through our cocooning stage, and we're going to be doing that. We all have the same mission. We all know what we got to do, and we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I want you guys in Long Island. Anybody here in Long Island? Anybody in Long Island? All right. Anybody in rich neighborhoods where you got like these nice cars and everything, and you may make a mistake and leave your key fob inside of the car? Well, be careful, because there's a group now running around called the CC Boys, and they ripped off over more than 50 high-end cars, a bunch of money, and everybody's identification. Whoever they found, whatever car they broke into, they stole identification, computers, cash, whatever they could find. And what they did was they were able to do this through the Zillow app. Check this out. Pretty crazy. And they used tech to do it. Made a lot of money. Went on the internet, showed the pictures, spread the money out on the ground and all that. And guess what? They got caught. Here we go. The CC Boys.
Of a large car theft ring today on Long Island, leading to 13 people being charged in more than 50 high-end car break-ins.
The break-ins happened across Suffolk County over the past 2 years. Carolyn Gussoff covers Long Island and tells us how a multi-agency team finally cracked the cases.
A car pulled up right at the base of the driveway, and a guy came around, got into the car, backed the car up, and just took off with it.
Tina Brown of Bayport woke up to find her car gone. A fob had been accidentally left inside. That was 2023. And for 2 years, more than 50 similar cases have plagued Suffolk County.
If you leave that night and think that you got away with it, well, guess what? You didn't.
This indictment ties 52 car thefts and break-ins to 13 alleged members of a ring, calling itself CC Boys. CC standing for car checking. They did
and of course they put everything on the internet. Why wouldn't they? They want to show off. They gave the cops the proof and the evidence against them. Come on, y'all, check it out.
High-end neighborhoods for unlocked doors, stealing wallets inside or the whole car.
They would use real estate apps such as Zillow and Realtor. So they would go in the middle of the night, steal the credit cards, and then immediately go to the store to charge and use those cars before the victims knew what was going on.
And then proudly posting their cash on social media. The pattern solved after images of the perps were shared with other departments who recognized the alleged ringleader from Freeport. Sean Mullen, found with 20 key fobs, 122 driver's licenses, 45 stolen credit cards, and 15 social security cards.
This is more important than anything to me. From here all the way over is more important than any of that money or stuff that they took, even the credit cards. Because right here they got people's social security cards, and I mean, how many identifications can we count in these rows right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's at least about 50 identifications of different people in here. All of them will have their identification taken away from them, or now subject to having their credit messed up because of this. Lock your cars up, take the key fob, put it in the house. Make sure it's in the house. And when it's in the house, get a protected box. You have to get a box to put that fob in, because they can still unlock the door from the inside, because they have something that can trigger your fob if it's not protected.
Lives are upended by this. Their credit scores are destroyed. Their cars are taken. We're talking days missed at work.
The cars weren't sold, but instead used in buying gift cards and money orders.
You can't outsmart law enforcement forever, no matter how hard you try. One of the biggest mistakes these criminals made was to use postal money orders.
They also targeted parking lots where cars are often left unlocked, like country clubs, even assisted living. The DA says the arrests also serve as an important reminder to the public that leaving your car open with the fob inside is an invitation to thieves.
They had no remorse. They went into retirement homes. They went everywhere. They did not care. Again, this is the youth now, the criminal youth. They don't care anymore. Your grandmother, whatever, they don't care. They're going to rob whoever they can. What you guys got to say about this topic right here? What we got? My Second Amendment ain't far away. Try it. Marielle, things like this done every night in my Bronx neighborhood. Oh, hell yeah. There's some areas in the Bronx where I remember that they used to break the car windows because the glass company was right down the hill. I used to live in the Bronx on Longwood. I know about that. What else they got? Ibrahim said, what we got? Dustin Lapson, the youth, no respect and no pride for themselves. We talked about this the other day. Courage, pride, respect, not only for yourself, but for others. We come from Generation X. They don't know that. We was raised on that, y'all. Y'all know the deal. We wasn't playing with us. Oh, you ain't doing that? Get over there. Oh. What? We knew what getting popped was. Talking about nowadays, talking about your mother and your parents are gonna go to jail or get locked up for whooping you. We ain't had none of that in the 70s, homeboy. You get whooped with whatever's next to you. She got the phone book right there. Bam! Yeah, remote control. Da 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 da. A belt, laser sharp, and don't let her get the old famous the broomstick. You be out there like this. Hiya! You are the last dragon. Mommy, no. Psh, mommy, no. Psh. They gave me an idea for a video. A woman beating her kid and they like this. Mommy, no. Just blocking all the hits. Because we used to get it when I was little. I don't know about y'all. We used to get it. I'm going to tell you one thing. That lady was no joke. And I didn't get my hands from my pop. I got my hands from my mother. My dad's hands wasn't this big. I got my hands from my mother. So when she came to school, you'd be like this. They'd be like, who mother's that? Oh, that must be your mother. You all acting all good and everything, acting like you're doing your work. I used to be doing my work when my mother popped up, boy. That lady ain't no joke. I used to be doing my work. Kush said, get the switch off the tree was my mom, and I dare you go get a little one. I dare you go get a little one, Kush. Because if you go get that little one, she going to say, now go try again. And you bring another one, she going to tie them together and tear you up. And you like this, oh, hi-ya, whoosh, whoosh, mommy, no. Remember this one, y'all? Tell the truth, y'all know this one. Mommy, no. And you try to tighten your butt up and you hold up like this. And then she catch you on the back of the calf, and you be like, ooh, ooh. We be doing, I'm talking about you, some sounds that you probably never made in your life when you getting towed with that switch, boy. Razor sharp. Let me tell you something. I don't know about the inclusive or whatever like that, But you want to get a strong army, you want to get a group of people that's going to whoop some butt, go down south and get some southern women and get them some switches. You could put them anywhere. They're going to clear the whole crowd out. Just come in there like this. Just come in there, tan up. What? Southern women with a switch or a belt? Man, listen. And not only that, they don't care. The hose from the dishwasher, a hanger, an extension cord. I've seen my mother whoop somebody with a spoon. You know them big spoons, them wooden African spoons that be on the wall, like them big wood spoons. What? My mother took that spoon off the wall. My brother ain't even know he was getting hit. Next thing you know, he just stood there like, and he just started breaking down. What? Man, listen, that lady was cold with it. Y'all know what ass whippings was like back in the day. And guess what we missing nowadays? Ass whippings. Because if you had to get your ass whipped, everybody would straighten up and fly right. And then y'all, before my time, it was a little different. It was a little different because you mess around and get a whooping in school, you come home and tell your mother, she ain't gonna get mad at the teacher, she gonna whoop you again. The teacher must have been right. There used to be people in your community that whipped your butt. Oh yeah, I seen what you did, come here. Call your pops up, yo, I seen such and such, don't even worry about it. Next time you see him acting up, tear his ass up again. That's what they really mean about community, not the raising of the baby. Nuh-uh. They talking about community ass whippings. Ain't no joke. You ever got whooped by 3 people before you even got home? Don't make me think about, you know what? I don't even want to do nothing stupid. I ain't even get home yet, and I got to deal with these 2. And don't get suspended. Forget about it. Get suspended? Shit. And you got to stay home every day with her? She might come in the room the next day and tear you up thinking about what you did yesterday. Don't play with me, man. It's real out here. It's real. Real talk, y'all. We have a good one right now. We're going to keep it going. Do me a favor, you guys. If you guys appreciate the content we have, we've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning, pooling since 3. Do me a favor, double tap that screen. We're doing real good. We got those likes up. I really appreciate you guys to the point where it's time to give you a treat. Time to give you a treat. But you're going to have to pay very close attention to what I'm showing you right now. Because I'm not going to say who this person is until one of you guys get it. Maybe you already saw this clip already, but could you imagine you walk into a room and there's a drone in there and it's watching you? A drone in your place. Could you imagine that? Because in reality, if your window's open and somebody's good enough, yeah, they could go in your house and they could monitor you from the window. Tell me who this person is right here. You guys, whoever tells me this, I got a surprise for you. Whoever tell me who this person is, I got a surprise for you. Tell me who this person is right here. It's a pretty fast clip, but I thought that you guys would be entertained by it. So you guys let me know who this is. So we're going to run it again. Nice hotel, actually entrance from the side. Yeah, this can happen. If they know where you at, it can happen. I gotta say he's a terrible thrower. He can't throw that good at all. Like threw this way and the shoe went that way. So who was that? Y'all tell me who that was. Kush said, did he throw something off the building? I thought the same thing. No, he was still inside. He was still inside, but he missed. He threw it to the side. Miss D said, no, I ain't gonna say that because I rock with him. Indigenous Ways said, yeah, I ain't gonna say that neither. Yeah, Brett C, I'm gonna say yours. Drake can't throw. Something that you guys will understand from me, I am bipartisan about. When it comes down to politics and when it comes down to party, I let you guys say whatever you want to say. But guess what? And you might not like me for this. I might lose some fans. I don't do bandwagon. I'm from New York. We don't do all this stuff. We don't do all of this. Bop, 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 bop. They not like us. We don't dance like that. I'm sorry. We don't play that music either. In reality, I'm not a Kendrick fan. I don't ride bandwagons just because they're there. I actually like Aston Martin music, bim, 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 and I don't just give up on people that fast because of a trend and a wave coming through. I get what you guys are saying, bam, 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 they not like us and all that. I've never liked that kind of music, and I ain't with it. So you guys probably want to get rid of me. I get it, but I'm a Drake fan, not a Kendrick Lamar fan. And that's just what it is. Don't tell me nothing about he ain't write his music. Don't tell me nothing about the PDF stuff or nothing like that. Musically, I like him better. I think he's an entertainer, better entertainer than Kendrick Lamar is. That's just my opinion. Again, y'all want to see it again? Because y'all was right. Can y'all imagine y'all in your hotel in Sydney and all of a sudden a drone comes in, messing around with your laptop, trying to see what you've been surfing, probably pop something in your drink, because it can happen. And guess what? You come out and you catch it. So now remember the height of the walls inside. So it didn't go off because it's still, he threw it at level. They have to go up in order to get to the opening. So it didn't go out. It just went straight to a wall or something. Gave me an idea. Hey, rappers coming to the city, whatever like that. Hey, how about we get our drone and go outside their window and record? That's not right. Don't do that. That's peeping Tom stuff, y'all. That was a desperate fan right there. And as you can see, he wasn't happy about it. Wouldn't be cool with nothing like that. So don't be doing no crazy stuff like that with no drones, y'all. What y'all doing? Kathy Brandt said, that's someone who never played ball, LOL, right? Now that's one thing you write about. He has no arm at all. He ain't got no arm and no aim, Kathy, right? No arm and no aim. You give off Drake fan energy. Yes, I do. What are you about? I'm about love, life, happiness, and everybody saying what they feel. Come to the South and find out. Marielle, the about dozen drones high up overhead every night, and they are in same location. They look like stars, but are not. If you look close, you will notice they are drones. Booby said, what is this? Yo, check out the song Pocket Rocket by Nova. It's fire. Hey, guys, go check out the song Pocket Rocket. This dude said go check it out. Alexander Barnes, that suit is so cheap. No, it's not, fool. I got this from Burlington Coat Factory, man. This whole suit cost me $70, man. That ain't cheap. $70, man. A whole $70. What are you talking about? Andrew L. said, that's wild. He threw it like my grandmother with her slipper. No. I know a mother with a slipper that's lethal. She'll get you from the corner. She'll take that slipper off. You think you done made it to the bus. Next thing you know, as soon as you're going up the steps, mess around and help you on the bus. Grandmas are nice with those slippers, especially the Spanish ones. Go Google right now, Spanish mother with the slipper. I'm talking deadly. Hit the bullseye every time. Worse than an archer. Spanish mama with a slipper, bam, hit you right in the back of your head with a chancleta. Andrew L., nah, you right. My grandmama was on point. He said she's Portuguese, so damn close. See? Kush, that aim on point. I know what I'm talking about. They ain't no joke when it comes down to that aim, y'all. They are not on no joke when it comes down to the aim. And yes, if you guessed it, it was Drake. Drake hits back as a drone films the rapper in the Crown Penthouse in Sydney. So yes, he was probably performing out there, hanging out inside the penthouse in Sydney, yeah. And somebody got wind that he was there, said, you know what, we got drones, let's see if he's in the penthouse now. And they got him. So with that being said, I hope you guys had a fantastic day. All the good content that we shared, great amount of likes, great amount of participation. What I'm asking you guys to do right now is please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. We here every day at 6 o'clock in the morning. We do the same thing. We get it in. Appreciate you guys so much if you do that. We're trying to run it up to 30,000. We're already at 27,000 plus. #1 show in the morning, and that's why they can't hold us back. The #1 co-host on the show, and that's why they can't mess with y'all. I appreciate you guys so much, and I thank you for always showing up and showing out for me. How can I show you that? Go into the description today. Guess what I found? I found a $450, that's right, y'all, a $450 survey, already been vetted. You guys want to check it out. Go into the description, fill out the survey, see if you can get that $450. We need money right now. So what I try to do, put some money in you guys' pocket at the same time. I don't ask for no snaps. What I really ask for is likes. If you want to give me a tip, I would appreciate it. Ain't like I can't use it. But I also always try to make sure that you guys get something more than dialogue, more than content when you guys come here. So be my guest, go into the description, check out that survey, see if you got a chance to win that, make that $450. If you do me a favor, send me a video or a photo of you happy as hell that you got that $450 so I can put it up in the comment section, in the community section, and let everybody else know that it's real over here. Again, you guys, I love you to death. Numbers are going up. We doing our damn thing. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Check out another video. I wish I can keep the comments going because I already know that y'all keep it jumping. We might actually do a blog where we do that and just keep you guys afterward because we get so turned up in here. I appreciate you guys, and until tomorrow, y'all already know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Get 'em! 1.